I see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. If I could go back 3 days and change something, I probably wouldn't leave the house at all. I would have stayed in my cozy apartment, enjoying the peace and comfort, protected from the outside world. But, as we know, none of us can predict the future. And here I am standing here, in this empty autumn silence, not understanding how it all happened. That fall day was nothing special. It was a day like many. The sky was covered with dense gray clouds. The air was a little damp but warm, especially in the morning. The leaves, yellow and red, seemed frozen in their fall, and with each step I felt like I was walking into something alien and unnatural. My gaze was absorbed by the details. A collapsed bench, a dusty playground slide, a swing creaking in the wind. Time seemed to slow down and I was part of this moment, but it was already pulling me away from myself. The solitude I had so often sought seemed less desirable. Immersed in my thoughts, I didn't immediately notice the man. He was walking down a narrow alley, shuffling his feet, unsteady, like a man who had long ago stopped paying attention to his body. In his hands was a statuette, broken, battered by time, but still recognizable, 3 monkeys, symbols of the famous proverb, "See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil." I recognized it at once. A souvenir that could be found in any shop, but for some reason this figure seemed strange, alien, even frightening. As I came closer, the man spoke. His voice was husky and hoarse, as if he had not spoken to people for a long time. "Can you help me with a bottle? I need a hangover," he whispered, not even trying to hide his request. I don't know what made me not just pass by, but take $50 out of my pocket and hand him the money. He accepted it gratefully, but instead of walking away, he handed me the statue. With a strange, almost insane look he said, "Keepsake. Keep it safe." I didn't understand why, but I took it. He strode toward the nearest stall, and I stood there, not realizing what had just happened. I stuffed the figurine in my bag and went home, but I had a strange feeling inside that I'd missed something. Everything was abnormally quiet, and this day, which had seemed so ordinary, was starting to feel like something out of the ordinary. When I got home, the evening was quiet. But that night I had a terrible nightmare. I was on the edge of a cliff, and there was a thick fog below, like a milky mist that hid all living things. And I was naked like in the worst dream. Suddenly a monkey jumped down from the height, a scary monkey with huge eyes and a grinning mouth, and it clung to me. I couldn't move. I tried to scream, but its fingers covered my mouth and its eyes. They became my eyes. I woke up in a cold sweat, squeezed by the pain in my eyes. In that minute I thought I still hadn't woken up, that the dream was still going on. But the pain did go away, and I was able to get up, get ready and go to work. I thought it was just a strange, heavy dream, nothing more. But as soon as I looked in the mirror, I noticed that my eyes were red and watery. Some kind of strange, unbearable tearing all over my eye. I tried to ignore it, but it was getting worse by the hour. All day I felt like I was in a fog. The pain in my eyes wouldn't go away, and I began to see everything in front of me blurry, as if someone had carelessly smudged the pictures. I went to the pharmacy and bought drops, but they didn't help. The feeling as if there was something alien in my eyes, painfully tearing, did not let me go. After work, I went home, unable to do anything, and went back to bed, hoping that the morning would bring relief. But something was wrong. When I went back to bed, I felt something hard under my pillow. I tried to forget everything and pull my hand out from under the pillow, but this time it was hard, as if some figure had been hidden in the bed. I pulled it out and recognized it. The same statue with the monkeys. It was impossible. I couldn't remember how it had gotten there. I lay there, not believing my eyes, but a strange uneasiness wouldn't let me go. I set it on the table, trying to push my thoughts away. Nonsense, I thought. But sleep still wouldn't come. My mind kept going back and forth. The statue, the man, the strange sensations. I tried to close my eyes, but my mind kept going on and on. Suddenly I woke up and saw that the statue was lying next to my pillow again. It was as if it was alive, as if it was watching me, and the gaze of one of the monkeys was staring directly into my eyes. The pain I felt in my eyes intensified, and the sensations became even more strange and frightening. It felt like my head wasn't my head, but something alien that was just controlling me. I picked up the statue and threw it to the floor, but as soon as it touched the ground, I felt the pain in my eyes become unbearable. I felt a sharp pain all over my body, and there was a noise in my ears, as if something was stabbing into me. I cried out in pain, and the statue remained there on the floor, smiling at me with its dead eyes. I couldn't take it anymore. The pain began to intensify, and I began to realize that something was wrong with my eyes. They were burning with fire and my ears began to buzz. This was the moment I realized that my life was turning into a nightmare. Everything became unbearably strange, and the monkey figure, which seemed like a simple toy, became a part of this nightmare, a part of my mind that no longer knew where reality ended and delusion began. When I picked up the phone and dialed the number to work to take a sick day, the voice in the receiver seemed so loud and unbearably harsh that I almost couldn't stand it. I turned it off and lay in bed again, gripped by anxiety. That night I couldn't sleep. My head was overflowing with images. Monkeys, hands, eyes. Everything was so clear, so frighteningly clear. And then came the moment when I could no longer tell where the line between dream and reality was. When fingers, hands, monkeys, and laughter merged into a single unbearable storm, and I had nowhere else to go. I felt something cold and wooden enter my mouth, and the fingers of that figure slid over my teeth, pulling them apart. I couldn't breathe anymore.
If you want to know what happened next, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.